Yo, what is up? So I thought I would make this video on Mafia Old Country because I've played a bit more of it using FSR 4.0.1 from the Adrenaline app and the latest version. And what I will say is there is more of an improvement than I thought. There's actually ghosting on both, but it does slightly clear up with FSR 4.0.2. So that's the first thing I've checked. But as you can see here, that is shimmering a fair bit on the car, so I had a look at that. I'll check the grass quality. As I said, the grass quality on FSR 4.0.1 through the Adrenaline app is a lot better than DLSS 4, but believe it or not, there is actually an improvement again once you put FSR 4.0.2 on. So that's another thing I noticed, so I thought, yeah, I might as well do a video because it's gone up a notch in every area what I've seen. And because I was in a different part of the game and I was looking at the face, I did notice an improvement, but the grass still looked good. But once you get to a different part, you do notice a few more things. There seems to be a ghosting issue in this game anyway, so it's very hard to clear up, and I think that is just a game issue. But it does get slightly better when you update to FSR 4.0.2, but it's still there, but you'll only notice it usually when you're spinning around your character. So I think that is one thing with this game, the ghosting at times. So there's definitely a ghosting issue, but you seem to notice it more in darker parts of the game, that, and I wasn't noticing it when in the lighter parts. So I think Unreal Engine does have that issue anyway in quite a few games, no surprise. So I checked the car out again, and that definitely was a lot better than what it was on FSR 4.0.1. So it's more stable now, so that does a good job on that. So that's probably the best you're going to get. It's still slightly sort of shimmers, but it's nowhere near as noticeable. So that's a good improvement. And then I'll just run over here and just have another look at the grass. So like Star Wars Outlaws, it sort of just goes up a notch, as I said, in quality. So it looks even better. So that is a positive thing. It's just each version is getting better, which is what it should be doing. So like DLSS, you're just going to get all these files that drop every time it drops. I mean, I'm not sure how often this can happen with AMD. I know with Nvidia they do seem to update it a fair bit throughout the year. So that's why they're gonna need some sort of solution, I think, within their app to just update to the latest file when it's available, because OptiScaler literally gives you the latest file. So another thing I noticed on this though is when I updated to FSR 4.0.2, the frame generation option just blanked out, so I can enable it. So I think the best thing to do, again, this OptiScaler build it's a test version, say it's a beta version. Although I haven't had any issues with it apart from this game where it's removed the frame generation, to be honest. So I mean, maybe I could have just placed the files in without those frame generation files. Maybe that would have worked. But I thought I might as well have a look to see how AMD's fluid motion frames works in this. And that's why, as per usual, the overlay just completely disappears. So I was basically getting double what I was getting anyway with my FPS. And I didn't see any difference in visual quality, which was good. So that's another thing I've noticed, that AMD's fluid motion for frames, it didn't give me any more ghosting at all. The image quality was looking the same, exactly the same. So I don't know if the latest versions of FSR 4 is just working better with that, because this used to be a lot worse in quite a few games. It was really noticeable when you turned it on with some ghosting. So I'm showing you again. So this is where I've got it off. So I mean, I probably will just put some text so you can see it on the screen. That'd be a lot easier to see when I've got it on or off. But when the overlay disappears, that's pretty much when I've enabled it. So I think it shows a menu when I press Alt and R, but it just, for some reason, as soon as you enable AFMF, it just disappears. So I don't know if that's going to be a thing on their list to fix, but it would be. I haven't really looked into it if there is a way of getting it to show, but it doesn't bother me massively, but it can be annoying at times. But I mean, the good thing is it literally works in every game. That's what I like about it. AFMF is really good when, again, like situations like these. I did try to enable frame generation with OptiScaler, but nothing seemed to work. So this is another reason why I used it. But I think it could have been the files, because you got more files now with the OptiScaler. So it's probably a case of if you find it's disabled in frame generation, just remove the OptiScaler and then place the files in, but just don't put the frame generation files in. And that, I think that could be why it happened to me in this game, possibly. So that's something you can try for yourself. I was going to try it, but it's just limited time to do videos and all that. So, but I thought I'd just explain it. That could be a possible solution. Anyway, that's it for me. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.